Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today I am so excited. We are going to be doing a get ready with me using some Make Beauty products. I have been super intrigued by this brand for quite some time, and I've got several of the Complexion products that we're going to be using, and evidently this is the concealer that Hailey Bieber uses, so we got to check that out. And I also picked up one of their their multi-chromatic metal reflecting eyeshadows. This is something that I have seen on TikTok and Instagram and have been meaning to try for quite some time. So we're going to be creating a look with that. And then I pulled out a couple of my other clean beauty products that I have been loving lately. And then we will be finishing with a new perfume from Perfumehead. This is the new launch 1272. I can't wait to tell you all about it. So if you are interested in seeing how I created this look, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I'm a little bit excited to play with Make Makeup. I have seen this brand on TikTok and Instagram forever, and I have wanted to pick up one of their eyeshadows, the Quartz eyeshadow, forever. So we are going to be doing a little full face, or mostly full face, of Make Beauty. But before we get started, I am going to prep my skin with my Colorscience No Show Mineral Sunscreen. I have been asked to sort of show what I use for SPF before I put makeup on. So I have done my skincare routine for the AM, and then the last step, and this is what I've been using, I have a fresh one right now, is the No Show Mineral SPF from Colorscience. I love it. And I did it this way, but you basically want 2 fingerfuls at least of this. So we are going to just put this on. Don't worry, I coat this on, but it's truly no show. So, and it adds like a little bit extra moisture. And I'm just gonna kind of rub this in right here. And it's just such a good SPF. So I like so many of the Colorscience SPFs. I really like the classic that has just a slight tint in it. But then they recently launched the No Show Mineral SPF, and this is an SPF of 50. And I would say that, yep, this is my favorite so far. So when I am coming on to film, I have usually put this on and let it sink in for 20-30 minutes or so, but that is always what is on my skin. Last step in my morning routines. So this is what it looks like. Gives me a nice little glow, and it just sinks into the skin. It doesn't do any pilling or anything like that. So this is my current favorite SPF. And then we are going to use the whole Make Complexion bundle or trio that they recommend. I was really intrigued by this Radiant Skin Tint. This looks like it is going to be right up my alley. And then Hailey Bieber had used this Make concealer in some video, and I think it kind of went viral. But her skin always looks so glowy and healthy. And what they recommend for this beautiful sort of radiant glass skin look is prepping your skin with the Moisturizing Emulsion. So we're gonna do the whole thing. In general, before I do foundations, I'm just prepping my skin with the SPF, but I want to do the whole thing here. Use the system, and that's what it looks like. Ooh, it feels so good. So this is like a serum emulsion. It's very hydrating. And this is giving my skin a nice radiant glow. This feels pretty incredible. It has this very serum-y texture to it, so you can tell anything you're going to apply on top is going to kind of smooth on like silk or butter. I don't know if you can see it on my hands. Giving my skin a really pretty glow here. Now, Make Beauty is a clean beauty brand, and the Hydrascape Moisturizing Reverse Emulsion is a reverse water in oil emulsion, and it's formulated with vegan ceramides, fermented aloe, that's going to provide super moisturizing properties to dry, dehydrated skin, visibly more plump, hydrated, and glowy. And I will tell you, it definitely feels like that on the skin. Very hydrating, glowy, definitely feels plumping, and there is no fragrance in that product, so it's kind of, everything feels kind of like good for your skin. And then I am going to use the Radiant Skin Tint, and this is the one that just sort of sold me. Their skin looked like freaking glass, and I did the quiz online, and it came up with the shade for me would be number 2 natural. So kind of love when they have quizzes like that use that hue technology. This is the shade number 2, and let's go ahead and put this on my face. This is the Diffusion Dew Radiant Skin Tint. This next generation skin tint features skin mimicking pigments that add radiant coverage while blurring, smoothing, and brightening. Sheer yet buildable, this lightweight product is formulated with added niacinamide adenosine to enhance skin for a glowing, healthy looking complexion. Okay, you all know I have been way into skin tints this past summer and beyond, and this one feels really amazing on the skin. Now it could be that emulsion, the Hydrascape, but my skin just feels like super hydrated, and as this is kind of, we're gonna let it set for a minute while we put on a little concealer. But I wish that I could kind of have you come in and touch my skin, because it does feel very plump, very hydrated, like I felt like I just put something good on my face. Now this is very sheer coverage, and I think that once we use some of the concealer, it's going to add extra coverage here, but I am really liking the way that feels. Definitely radiant. And then let's go ahead and use this Hailey Bieber. This was the one that she was using, and let me give you the shade that I'm in. And this has a nice little doe foot applicator here, and I am just going to be adding a little coverage right where I need it. The Skin Mimetic Concealer provides radiant buildable coverage with a radiant finish. It's formulated with skin mimicking pigments, red algae, and adenosine that blends seamlessly into the skin to conceal and correct while hydrating. Ideal for spot coverage or layering over foundation. Can also be used as a highlighter or contour. And I picked up the shade 3C for light complexions with neutral undertones. Okay, loving this little radiant complexion trio. I will be powdering down. I do know that it is definitely dewy and radiant. It feels freaking amazing, but I do have dry skin. And then I did pick up one of their Dewy Gel Tint. This is like a color stick. And I picked this up in the shade Flushed. And that is a really pretty color here. So we are just going to add a little bit of color back into the face. And I always love like a little color on the face that looks like I just worked out. Now, I did go to tennis today, but I don't have that flushed look. I am just going to blend this in. Not exactly sure why I put it on my nose, but I did. And I am blending this out. So what I will tell you is this is a very pretty, dewy, very sheer coverage, but it's definitely adding color. You can clearly build this up, and it is giving me that sort of, you know, just worked out look on the cheek. Okay, really like this little flushed blush. Hopefully looking like I just worked out. And then before we get to eyes, I am going to set everything. Take down just a little bit of the dew, and I'm going to be using my KOSAS. I don't have a Make Beauty powder yet. And I love this KOSAS Cloud Set translucent powder in candy. It is just a really finely milled powder that will set everything, but it still lets your skin shine through. So I'm just kind of setting everything. I'm not necessarily putting the powder in the cheek area where it's a little dewy, but I definitely need to bring down the T-zone. Okay, here is what that little complexion duo looks like. And then I'm going to clean up my brows, and I have been using the Sweed. This is their brow pencil, and I've really been liking this. One side has the little brush, and again, I don't normally do my brows on camera because I'm not really great at them. And what I do is just sort of brush them up and then fill in. Coming in here like this, and this is the brown, soft brown, and I will come in and just fill in where it is thin. Okay, slightly powdered down. I have to tell you, my skin feels like incredibly hydrated. The skin tint feels like nothing on my skin. Definitely giving me that radiant glow. That concealer is so good because it's very thin in nature, and it feels very hydrating. That's what I would say. All these products are feeling so hydrating. I think they would work for all skin types, but if you are somebody who is like has dry skin, I think you might really want to check this out. And then this is what I've been so excited about. I have seen these beautiful eyeshadows all over Instagram, and this is the Multi-Chromatic Metal Reflecting Eyeshadow in Quartz. And let me just show you how pretty this is. So this is the one that I was like, these I've got to try, even though I don't always wear like metallic eye looks. But this just is absolutely incredible. Let me give you a swatch. Oh, wow. I mean, it's literally like molten. So creamy and so pretty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put a little bronzer on my face and in the crease, and then we will, ooh, is that so pretty? So this is Quartz, and that has kind of picking up some silver. It almost looks like a little purpley too. So quickly, I'm just taking a little bit of my Farrah Omadi bronzer, my favorite. I'll put some of that on my face in a bit, but let me just put a little bit of that color in my crease here, just to add a little depth. And I am someone who likes a little bit of warmth and a little bit of cool on my eyes, and I feel like Quartz is definitely giving me some cool vibes here. And I'm hoping everybody is going to have a really good weekend. And I'm actually going to use my finger here to place this on. Oh, wow. Okay, these looked incredible when I saw them using them online, and I have to tell you, they're like even better in person. Like, this shadow feels like a cream shadow, even though it is powder. It is so incredible. And look at this shade. Is that so pretty? Don't worry, I will blend it out. I'm just using my finger to add that pigment on my eye. Just coming in here. That is really freaking pretty. So this is giving you this almost like wet look on the eye. It really is multi-chromatic. And I think the cool thing about this is you can build it up and make it more drama, or you can kind of keep it this way and it's just gonna have a little reflection on my eye. I'm definitely gonna put a little eyeliner and mascara on, but these looked so pretty. The other shade that I was thinking about getting was Glaze, which was kind of your everyday, I want to say almost like a rose gold color. Wow, okay. Even the packaging of the eyeshadow is really nice. These are like exceeding my expectations. I was like, oh my gosh, these look so pretty. Okay, then I am going to use a Victoria Beckham, the Satin Kajal eyeliner. I pulled out my Navy Noir to sort of pair with this pretty quartz color. And I'm just gonna come over. I also think purple would look pretty, like the orchid color would look good. And I'm just gonna come over here. And then I'm gonna smudge that out. This definitely is gonna have like an impact eye with just mere like 2 products. Okay, we popped the eyes with that Navy Noir, and then I'm actually going to take my Smoky Quartz. This is from Victoria Beckham, and just do a little of this, just slightly kind of in this bottom lash line. It's a lighter kind of to connect everything here. That might have added a little more oomph than I was exactly wanting, but that's okay. We are just playing. I'm just gonna smudge that out. Okay, I feel like I've got like a major drama eye going on, and I am gonna go put on some mascara, and then we'll come back and put on a lippy, a little fragrance of the day, and I'm gonna be using the RMS Beauty, the straight up mascara. I have really fallen in love with this one. It's got the kind of classic brush that I like, and this does have peptides in this, which is also like my favorite Chantecaille. So if you're looking for a cheaper alternative to the Chantecaille Faux Cils Longest Lash Mascara, you might want to give this one a try. But so far, been loving this, so I will be right back. Gonna go coat my lashes and then we'll finish off the face. Okay, this is what I've created with that Quartz eyeshadow, a couple Victoria Beckham kajals. Definitely a little more glam than I was expecting, but I really like it. And then I am going to warm up my skin with my Farrah Hamidi bronzer. Absolutely love this. I'm using her shader brush as well. And we're just going to tie everything together. And I quickly wanted to give a heads up to any of you who might be wanting to sign up for my Blissfully Fed Beauty Detox that early bird pricing is going to be ending this Sunday. So you will save $50 with early bird pricing, and we have an amazing group forming from all across the country. We have someone from the UK who is signed up, so we are going to have an amazing season, but wanted to briefly mention, come join us. We are going to get healthy and happy together, and I'm going to be sharing all my little tips and tricks of how to detox your body naturally and get your glow on. This is a beauty detox, so we're going to be talking all about the things that help give your skin a glow, beauty from the inside out. So wanted to mention that, and I'm going to use my favorite lip combo currently. I absolutely love this Farrah Hamidi soft glass plumping lip oil, and I'm going to use her lip pencil in Minky. This is like my favorite lip combo here. Kind of take her lip liner, and then I'm going to soften it with my finger. And then, love, I am going to top it with this jelly. It's what is so good, you guys. It is so amazing, and I know it looks transparent here, but it's got a little bit of a soft berry tone to it, and it just feels so good. So I'm going to put that on. Feels so good. I love this color combination. Okay, then for scent of the day, I have the new Perfumehead. This is the 1272 Coltrate, and I have to tell you, this was a love at first sniff. I have been very into citrusy fresh scents. And you have heard me talk about Perfumehead in the past. I was an early adapter. I had gone into Violet Gray, and that was like the original place where they were selling it, and kind of just fell in love with the brand. I actually got to meet the owner as well when I was in LA, so a huge fan of this brand. And I'm gonna go ahead, put some of this on. Now this is perfectly unisex fragrance. I would describe this as a modern chypre fragrance. If you're somebody who likes fresh citrusy fragrances, if you like neroli, I think you might need to get your nose on this. This to me has signature scent worthy properties to it. So if you're somebody who likes that genre, this is something that I could see someone just completely falling in love with and making it their signature scent. The top notes in here are lime, red mandarin, petitgrain, pink pepper, and bergamot. Then in the middle notes, you've got Indian, jasmine, patchouli, verbena, and orange. And then in the base notes, you've got creamy sandalwood, labdanum, vetiver, and tonka bean. This is described as a crisp citrus opening of petitgrain derived from the leaves and twigs of the Peru lime tree, marries with the transparent notes of orange flower and verbena. Textural cut hedges and the smoothness of woods softened by the sun are evoked with Haitian vetiver, sandalwood, and citrus absolute. And then the word coltrate over here is a new word to me, but it's basically a hybrid of a cologne and an extrait perfume. Now, I have been wearing this a bit non-stop since I got this, and I will tell you that this definitely is long-lasting. So it definitely has that Perfumehead extrait oomph to it, but I do like this sort of aromatic cologne quality to it. That's what I would say. It's got this sort of aromatic cologne. The citrus in here just kind of puts a smile on my face. It's got some of those beautiful florals in here, but it's not too flowery. That's what I would say. Perfectly unisex if you're not somebody who loves floral scents. It's got a little bit of sweetness in here that I personally love. So it just makes this like very like smile inducing to wear this. This is crisp and clean and modern, but then the dry down has some warmth to it as well, with that labdanum as well as that woodiness in here. There's something very like kind of invigorating, and then also something sort of comforting and warming. I think that's what I would say is that the reason I think it is a signature scent worthy fragrance, because it's got some of those elements and those feels where you want to keep on going back to the fragrance. This is just something that I find addictive. I keep on reaching for it. I also find this to be like the perfect transitional scent as well, where it's still got that citrusy, invigorating opening, but then the woodiness in here brings out some of that warmth in the fragrance, and it just doesn't feel like a summer fragrance. It feels like a year-rounder. There are certain citrusy fragrances that I feel like scream summer. This one definitely feels like it is year-round, and it's very elegant. It's very modern, elegant, and I do feel like this fragrance is something that I feel like I can dress up or down. Today I'm wearing like a really soft, cozy sweatshirt, so this fragrance totally fits that vibe, but I also feel like $1,000,000 when I'm wearing one of my favorite crisp white button down with my favorite denim. You know, I feel put together, maybe throwing on a blazer. This is just going to give me that extra kind of confidence and add a little bit of elegance and sophistication to my day. So wanted to mention this one because it is a fast favorite, and it is a new launch from Perfumehead. Okay, so here is my final look of the day. I have to say, really impressed with the Make Beauty products. My skin just feels so hydrated and glowy, kind of loving it. I think I'm gonna have to pick up a few more items. As usual, I love to hear from you. Have you tried Make Beauty? Let me know some of your favorites, especially if you have those shadows. What favorite combinations do you love? And I'm hoping everybody has a great weekend. I will be back with another video soon.